Hello, Lady Karen. How are you doing this fine day?
I'm doing fine, Dr. Mulder, and enjoying your visit with me and Dr. Whom.
Yes, yes. He
Or
and
with
I,
Dr. Whom and I.
yeah, Dr. Whom and I. Well, you are British, you are English, so I figured you know better than me. All right. Anyway, what we're going to do here today, we're going to show the infamous Tepaphone. I've already done a video on this, but I thought we'd just kind of rehash a couple things. I know you're going to show the audience today a couple of things they can do, like with using a pendulum in conjunction with this device, and I think using reagents, actual
Yeah.
reagents with it. And so we'll show all this good stuff. But what I want to do first here, I've noticed that I just want to let everybody, when you get this machine, you're going to see that these sigils, okay, this is Metatron, okay? And what you're going to see these sigils, and I'm going to leave this plastic film on top of it. And the reason why I'm going to do that is to keep it from being bent or what have you, or damaged in any way during shipping. So when you get this thing and you get home, just slowly, and I mean this carefully, and I'm emphasizing carefully, start with the corner and start lifting it up and making sure that you don't pull the sigil away from the plastic. I've done everything I can to make sure that there's good adhesion to the plastic, but just in case, but yeah, just slowly pull that film off. I'm gonna leave this on here for you, just for the heck of it. And also I leave this plastic film on top of the this clear plastic plate that's on the machine. Again, just pull it off and you're off to the races. Now, with that being said, we're gonna go to a machine that's already has all this taken care of. All right, the first thing I wanted to show, I guess what we could do is some of the things that can be done with the machine. Now, do you have like a reagent available here that we can kind of do like a little test?
So what I have here, this one isn't labeled, okay? This is actually blank. That's why it's not labeled right now. But you can make a reagent out of this, or you could make a reagent out of a crystal, right? So we're going to say that this is a reagent, and we could make this up to be, is this a protection reagent, or what would you like to choose today?
Sure.
Yeah, let's just say somebody wants to put a protection on themselves.
Yeah, well, of
so
course.
this is embedded with protection, and it's, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
And let's do like a real easy project here. Okay, we're going to have this on the input plate. In other words, the energy from this reagent is going to go through this cord right here and into the machine, and then it's amplified, and plus it's focused into this light that's projecting from the top of the machine. Now, you said with your crystal, what we could do, just for the heck of it, or we can use something, we'll just say use this as a sample. And of course that looks pretty cool too, with that light going through it. And what we'll have is you're projecting that energy into this crystal. You're charging that crystal with this protective energy. Now, the next question that people are going to ask, and again, I know I sound like a broken record, but they usually ask, well, how long do I need to keep this this operation running for this energy, this reagent to go into this crystal and have it fully charged? Now, again, my thing here, what I do is I will take my thumb, and like I do with any other radionics device, and I will say to myself, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. Okay, we got 6 days. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or excuse me, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. Okay, I got six. I think it's 6 days and 6 hours on this one. And what you would do is you would let this thing charge for that length of time, and after it's done, this crystal will be fully charged. And what you can do is you can also go across the plate and say, has the crystal been fully charged? And if you get a stick, that for me, that means a yes. And if that's the case, then you're off to the races.
So basically what we're doing here then is we're using the reagent that's a protection reagent, and we're potentizing the crystal, right? Because when the crystal goes on here, we're putting the reagent of protection into the crystal. Then I can take this crystal and I can pop it in my pocket, or I can do whatever I want. It could be a piece of jewelry. It could be anything, right?
Exactly.
So yeah.
All
so
right.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, and I did like 4 videos on here, and I took them down. And the reason why I took them down was because these were promotional videos. I was trying to introduce this technology to my listeners on my channel, and by the time we went through, I think it was over a month, the entire month of April. People were getting, I was giving people discounts and whatever, and had to really take those videos down because of the information that was going on with the videos. So what I did was I immediately I took those down, and I did another video for Josh, which is, I think you'll see it, the Tepaphone and how to use it, and it's pretty much, I consolidated all the information I have from those 4 videos and put it on one video on how to use the Tepaphone. So I just want to let people know that, because I did get a question about that thing. Somebody was asking about some of the older videos, or the videos I did on the Tepaphone. Really, if you look at that 18-minute video that I did the other week or the other day, that will give you all the information that was on those other videos. All right, let's see what else here. I think that's something I want to show.
So if you want to pass me, I think there's a pendulum to the right of you there.
Okay.
Oh, just look and see if there's one underneath. Is there one underneath there? Yeah, there's a bullet. Yeah.
Oh, a bullet pendulum.
We got a bullet pendulum. This is a
wow.
Raymond Grace bullet pendulum.
I like the way that guy thinks.
So if we were to put this back on here, just to show the folks that don't want to use stick and they want to use a pendulum, okay? So I'm going to lean over you here, so I can get the pendulum and I can write, is this? So first of all, I'm going to find my yes and my no, right? So is this charged? We've got a yes. What do we have? A no. Oh. I'm working good on this. We have a no because it's not charged, because we didn't have anything in there. So it's being truthful to me, right? So, but you can use your pendulum, and I'm going to make it work to show you how to use it right now. So, is this charged? Yes, da, 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 da. And then periodically what you can do is to recharge your crystals. If you could hold that camera for me, Dr. Miller.
Oh, sure.
We work well together, don't we?
All right, here we go.
Okay, so if you want to recharge something, I put my hand in front of it, excuse me guys. So you want to recharge something, then you can either recharge it on here, or you can just leave it on like selenite plate. And you can find pretty ones like this, got it at a little metaphysical store. So once they're recharging on here, then you can get your pendulum. Or you can even use this as a stick and ask with a stick, but your pendulum, is this charging this crystal? Or re-energizing it? Yes. Does it need to charge for 1 hour? Nope. More than an hour? Okay, is it more than 5 hours? Is it 2 hours? More than 2? All right, so is it 1 hour and 30 minutes? Yeah, we'll say 1 hour and 30 minutes, okay? So it's going to take 1 hour and 30 minutes to, got my finger in front of the screen, sorry folks, to charge this crystal back on a simple selenite charging plate that you can find in any metaphysical store in any big city or town, right?
Okay.
Or you can go to that company that begins with an A, right? And you can buy it online.
All right.
You can buy anything, right?
Yeah, that's where I get half my wardrobe.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a real simple ways of doing this, and the whole point of this, and I think when I send one of these devices to Josh, the thing that really got him excited was the fact of the simplicity of it. There's no dials to worry about. They don't have to go through a learning curve with the stick or whatever. But yes, for a basic operation, you don't even have to go this far. I mean, for example, we could have, I'll unplug this. Okay. Josh will go, for example, you have a picture of a car, you want to buy a new car. This is an example I used the other day. And you could have on the back of it is, I want a new car. And then you would place it on there and you would let it do its job. I mean, that's a simple operation. You just kind of, project your thought into the light is what I would do. Or you can do my little chi thing that I was showing on my video. And project it onto this and leave it there until it manifests. That is a simple operation that anybody can do. It would take you a matter of a minute, maybe a couple of minutes. And
yeah, when you're thinking of it, instead of probably saying, I want a new car, just envision yourself in the car, smell the car, right? Feel the car. Because you taught me that a while ago. Like, yeah, I own this car. This is the car. So if you got a car magazine and you want a, should we go big and say a Ferrari?
Sure, why not? Go for the gold.
Or should we go for the Honda Civic, right?
Yeah.
But say you want the Honda Civic, you know, envision that, maybe have a picture of the Honda Civic and then own it like it's, I have it right now, this is my car. This is my car. Anything to do that, to be more positive that I have it, because if you keep saying, I want something or I want this in the future, then how far away is the future, right?
Right.
So really think on having it and owning it now. So
yeah. And plus, I would cap it off with this or something better.
This or
Because
something better, yeah.
Exactly. You may, you know, instead of getting a Honda Civic, you may actually wind up with that Ferrari. And so, yeah, that's just another example of doing this. And let's see, I guess I'll just put that right there. But, you know, I'm just trying to show people the simplicity of this device, you know, that it is, there's nothing, there's really a very, very small learning curve when it comes to learning how to use this thing. And I think the trickiest part of it is actually, you know, going through the emotions of dousing for the amount of time that it's going to take for the device to charge or to manifest an operation. And I really think that's probably the hardest part of this operation for a newbie. If they want, and really they don't have to do that. All they have to do is just leave the sample on top of this plate until it becomes a part of their reality. You know, if they want to go that far. And that really...
Because how many times have you set something and, you know, I've got timers around here, but the phone rings or something happens and I go out and I forget. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? You know, does that make it bad? No.
No, not at all. You're not going to hurt anything by, you know, leaving it on past the time that it says. I mean, you're not going to hurt a thing. And so that's just examples of how to use this device. A simple, very simple operation. Now, let's see, another thing too here. I think I brought a thing with an alligator clip, and as I was mentioning on my other video, I love this thing because I'm not going to really, I don't want to scar up this plastic or whatever. But for example, you can have a reagent and you can just clip it on there and let it clip and have the other side plugged into the side of the machine or the side of the Tepaphone with something that represents a target and just have it on the top. So basically what you have is an operation where the energy from one thing, this, is going through the system, is being amplified and focused and directed toward the target.
Well, if you hold the camera for me again,
Sure.
we can do one better than that.
Go for it.
It's a bit big.
No, take your time. No, that's not a problem.
But we can get it right here, so. If I don't drop it all before I make it.
Oh, no, you're fine.
What do you reckon, Dr. Motor?
Oh, I'm loving this camera here on your phone. This thing really is sharp. A lot better. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's my tried and true.
Need, so
yeah.
let me move these out of the way.
Oh yeah, this right here. This is kind of what I was talking about. I would use like a, you know me. I'd probably just use a aluminum pie pan or whatever. But this is just as effective. And if you don't,
I got the camera back.
Okay. All right, and see, this is sort of a small clip here, but that's simple.
Yeah.
And what you can do here, you can put candles on here. If you have a statue or something you want to use as a witness sample, or some major or some large item, you could put on this plate. And the important thing is that it's electrically conductive. That's either like aluminum, steel, copper, something along that line, but it has to be electrically conductive. If you have that, you're good to go. And like
as you can tell, I think big, right?
Yes, exactly. Of course you do.
Yeah. So I got bigger alligator clips and on, you know, what I do with this, that I want to put things on to basically potenize them or get the energy into them.
Correct. And what you were doing on this particular application for this device, this is more of an input. So you would have the all the energy going through this. And it's going to that light down there. If you look at it closely, there's going to be wiring around the base of that light. And what that is taking the energy, it's being amplified, goes into the light itself, charges up that light, and then that light is projected toward the
So
target.
just to get it clear for the folks that are watching, okay?
Sure.
Because there's a difference between input and output, and on this
Correct.
we just have an input. We don't have an output.
Correct. It's just
So
input.
sometimes when you do things like this, and you're using a different device or machine, you can use this tray in either way. That I can put a crystal on the tray, put something on the machine, and I would be putting it into the crystal, or I can put something on here and put it to whatever else is on the machine. So what we're doing with this, can you explain, Dr. Motor, so people understand how this works with the input?
Okay, yes. And what is an energy transference or transference device? Okay, I used to, as I was talking about the other day, we used to sell the vampire machine. And it was a real simple device. It had a slot on the side of it. You put something for the input, like say you want to, you're trying to become a bodybuilder. So what you would do, you would have something like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday when he was like Mr. Universe or whatever. And I have a sample of that on the input of the machine. And then you would have the target, which would be yourself, for example. Put that on the top, and you would just let that energy run toward you or toward the target. In other words, you're transferring the energy of being a world-class bodybuilder toward yourself. Now, that's just an example. But again, it's just an energy transference device for the most part on that particular application. And when you get involved in the manifesting things, I mean, you can go so many different levels. I mean, for example, Josh would take on the video he did, he just took this alligator clip and clipped it onto a $5 bill and had that energy of money going through the machine and focused toward the target, which would be himself or whoever. All right. And that's just an example.
So in that respect, I could replace this and I could put $100 down on here.
Correct.
And then the $100 would transfer into the machine that the picture of me will be on there, right?
Exactly. Correct. And I mean, you could have anything. Like I said, for example, I know that you're really into reagents. You could have all these different reagents on this sheet, for example, have them all spread out on this sheet, have it plugged into the machine, into the input, and have all of that energy going toward the target all at once. And that's how beautiful this thing is.
And you've explained it because it was confusing for people, because if you have an output, and I'm not trying to confuse anybody, you would be potenizing and putting energy into what's on the plate. In this one with the input, you're taking what's on the plate, going to the box.
Correct.
And to whatever the target is on the box. So
correct. And the reason why I don't really have an output jack for this thing is because the light is the output jack.
Yeah, there's no need to.
Yeah, exactly. You defeat the purpose if you're.
And then if people want to get into all these other things, well then you just buy a 9-dial or
I would. Yeah, I would just go that route if that's what you're going to do. But these are examples, I think, of some of the applications that you can use for this, and hopefully I was better able to explain this to people, about how to use this Tepaphone. And I have to say that Josh, when he put it on his site, he didn't even promote it. I mean, just people were finding this, and we're just selling these things left and right. I'm just impressed with the reaction of the public when it comes to this technology.
And I haven't used this yet because Dr. Motors just gifted myself and Dr. Whom one of these. You have, right? You're not taking it home with you, right?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how good dinner is.
Yeah, well, dinner's good. It's steak, so you'll be good, and you've had a beer, so we're fine. So I'm going to play with this, obviously, later tonight or tomorrow, and I'll be able to report back to base on that one.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Because for some reason or the other, I didn't get given one as a tester earlier on.
No, you did not.
Heartbroken.
Well,
yeah.
You'll get over it.
I'll get over myself.
Yeah.
So if we end this video now and we jump on and do another video, if we get one of the boxes that I have, and then you can explain to folks,
perfect.
how you can add this to a box and how this can work.
Yeah, and I kind of mentioned that too on another video. That was the initial thing I had in my mind when I was designing this thing, was to have it be an extension of one of my dial machines. But the beautiful thing about it is it's you can use it with other machines, or you can use it by itself, or you can use it with attachments. And that's the whole beauty behind this thing. It's simple, but it's very, very, there's just a lot of things you can do.
But for an entry level, it's kind of
Oh, yeah.
blows my head off, because at entry level you wouldn't normally get something as
Oh, no.
powerful as this.
Oh, no,
This
not
is
at all.
beyond. I mean, you can't think like, oh, this is a beginner's box or this is an entry level. Oh no, folks.
It's the real deal.
This is the real deal, because I haven't messed with one yet, but I'm already seeing how this works, and Dr. Moder and I have talked about operations he's done with this, and I'm excited about this.
Oh yeah, fantastic. And again, it's just one of those things. And I think Josh, and he really stressed it too. It's the simplicity. You're using actual radionic technology, but you don't have to go through all that learning curve that you have to. Like, what does a stick feel like? As I turn this dial, what do I have to put on the copper plate before I do all this stuff, and yada yada yada. And so the beautiful thing about this is, again, an operation that would take a newbie to set up on a dial machine may take an hour or two, because you got to figure out what the heck you're doing, and you got to learn a couple things. But with this, all that's eliminated, and that's what I love about this, is the fact that we can get anybody, absolutely anybody, could use this thing anywhere in the world. And so that's just one of the really great points of this tech is just the simplicity.
Yeah, because it's USB, and you're shipping them all over the world right now.
Exactly. And my hats off to Dr. Drachenblut. He was the one that suggested that we use a USB-C back last year. And at the time, I was really busy. I didn't really give a lot of thought, but then I contacted a mutual friend of ours who is an electronic engineer, and he and I went through all the motions here of testing this, making sure that we could rework or redo or revamp the electronics of the system where it worked properly and work 100% by using the USB-C platform. And the thing I love about these plugs is everybody has them. They have them all around the world. I mean, it's incredible. People that you would think wouldn't have something like this sitting in their drawer, they have them. They have a drawer full of these things. And so that's the beautiful thing about it. And again, you can plug it in on your computer. I think you can even use it, like, say, with these batteries that you use for charging cell phones. Now, I don't know about, some of them will work well. The batteries will work well with these systems, and other batteries have like sort of a electronic cutoff inside the charging battery itself, where it will just shut off automatically because it's not getting enough current withdrawn from it or what have you. And it'll just shut the thing off. But you could plug this thing into your car if it has a USB-C port, or you can, your computer, which I don't really recommend. I just don't want to put any extra strains on your computer and cause any damage, but you can put it on your computer. It will function on that, or you just use a regular phone charger.
I have a question.
Sure.
So over here, we got your favorite, of course.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah. So say I'm in.
Oops.
Oh, whoops.
He'll have to wait. This guy working on some machines for me. All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
So say I'm going to go. I got a long way to drive. I got 5 hours, right, in some really mad cities. Okay. And I want to take this box. So I want to do a protection before I leave or something.
Sure.
But could I, in essence, take this box, plug it in, put St. Michael on it?
Yeah.
And then put, a photograph of the car or something, and take it with me as I go and drive?
Exactly. Or, something that represents the target, and just put that on there. And then the important thing is to project your intent into the machine. And like I said, I will do my little pumping chi thing where I can project energy into it. Or you can just kind of, next best thing is to have your hands, and I like to physically touch the machine, have your hands on the machine, and look at that light. Okay, you don't have to look directly into it. You look at it from the sides.
Just don't go to the light, right?
Yeah.
Don't go to the light, don't
go to the light. But yeah, you can just look at that light and project your thoughts into that light, or focus on it, what it is you're trying to accomplish, and let it do its thing. And after you get to the point where you feel that you've done enough here to project your intent into the machine, simply put it on top and let it do its thing. I mean, it's just real
Or if you're
simple
going on a
stuff.
trip and you don't want to take it with you, leave it at home plugged
Leave it
in.
at home, let it
But
plug
hey,
in.
it's so small. Why would you not take it? Because what can you can do stuff when you're gone, right?
Exactly. And like I said, what really got me motivated a long time ago when I built like dial machines, something that would be so small, was for people in the military where they could easily stow it away, like in in their uniform or in their backpack or their knapsack, whatever it may be. And take it anywhere in the world where it just didn't take a lot of space, and have that radionics device with them. And that was my motivation, and that's where we're at today. It was something this simple. And I even have simpler devices here I'm going to be bringing out to the public here in probably the next month or two. So, but
Great.
anyway, there you go. So what else do you want to talk about in this video? Anything else
We
you
can
think
end
of?
this one and
Okay.
then we can get,
All right, fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
Thank